Here's our Christmas message, buy local, buy Suffolk.
We've had such a great time talking to some amazingly talented people across the county, all of whom would love to see you this Christmas.
So without further ado, let's start our Suffolk Christmas. Welcome to our special Christmas editions of the Suffolk Pod Show. These shows are produced and managed by podtalk.co.uk. I'm Mark Mason.
And I'm Susanna Hornby. Christmas Part 2, talking to the House in Town, Ollie Rushgall, Supden, East Coast Hampers and the Flower Hut Florist.
First up, it's John Manning, who owns the House in Town, a unique and contemporary decor shop based in Ipswich. John tells us about his love for colour and wall art, especially his bespoke printed frames and standout wall clocks, super gifts for Christmas.
And here right now is John, and a big welcome to John. Hello, John.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Extremely well, thank you. And how are you?
Yeah, really good for a Monday.
Yeah, well, that's good news. John, we want to talk to you about the House in Town. What a beautiful shop.
Thank you.
I mean, it really is. I've been exploring because you can do the 360 tour on your website, which
Absolutely.
I love. Before you tell us all about what's in that beautiful shop, can you tell us how it all started for you?
Well, it kind of started back in 2001. So I was in the property game and things went a little awry pretty much everywhere at that time. And actually the opportunity came along for me to open my shop, which is situated next door to my mother's, which is then in turn situated next to my brother's. And I'd obviously had a keen interest in it with my family doing that for so long. And having spent several years doing property development and sort of styling houses, I just thought it was a great opportunity to take a slightly different direction and start sort of retailing furniture and homewares.
And it is beautiful, beautiful stuff too. You have a very clean and cool concept, and that is to focus, as you say, on the unusual. Can you tell us a bit more about your ethos?
My ethos is really that if you can buy it elsewhere, then really I don't want to sell it. I do provide such a vast range of items, but there's only so much space in the shop for displaying pieces. So I kind of did and still do get so bored of going into other shops and just seeing a sea of beige and cream and brown. And I just thought, I want to provide something different that people can really kind of go, wow. Not everything I sell would suit everyone's home. Some things I buy kind of not really expecting to sell them, quite honestly. But it is about creating the sort of dramatic scenery, and hopefully then people can find something which suits their style.
And I do think you do cater to quite a few styles though, because having a look at it is fantastically retro and a bit of vintage, and your artwork is absolutely, I mean, it pops off the wall in every room.
Thank you. Well, to be fair, the 360 tour on the website is probably about 3 or 4 years old now. So the shop is ever evolving. Artwork is still a big thing for me. Colour is still a big thing. I've maybe gone away from the vintage, maybe less on the retro because kind of styles and taste change. But I just like to really focus on that individual contemporary statement piece. I do provide an awful lot of furniture, dining room tables, dining chairs, armchairs, sofas, and sideboards and all the rest of it. But really my big winner is my walls, where I provide artwork, mirrors, clocks and sort of animal heads, just lots of decorative pieces. And what you see in the shop is just the tip of the iceberg in what I can provide.
I mean, it's a real experience, your shop. I mean, it is, apart from what I said earlier, it's beautiful, and it's so cool. The colours that, I was going to say, your art is sort of a mixture of, as you just said, sort of modern art. Are they posters or are they actual paintings?
There's a mixture, but my most of what goes well, they're handmade to order. So it's a print which is then framed and glazed and then hand embellished with liquid glass on the front of the glazing to give it a textured feel. And it really does kind of fly off the walls, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, it is unusual. I mean, you know, this is all about talking about Christmas here, and I can't think of a more beautiful present than one of those gorgeous pieces.
No, I completely agree. I must confess, since we've started the click and collect, or call and collect, or whatever you want to call it, I have found that the artwork has been selling really well, because I only have a limited stock of it. I get it all handmade to order.
Yeah.
So it isn't a case of just buying it. I have to have it created for me, and then you have to kind of try and decide how much you want of what. And I certainly won't have enough stock to keep everyone happy through till Christmas, but that's just the nature of the beast.
Talk to us about clocks, because you, as you say, you're big on clocks. They look stunning.
Yeah, the clocks are fantastic. So most of what I sell have moving gears within them. There's various sizes ranging from 30 centimetres in diameter up to 80 centimetres, and some even bigger. But they are mesmerising. So whenever I put one of them in the window, you just find people stop and stare and get completely transfixed and mesmerised by the internal workings all going round. And the best thing is they're a really cool, effective piece, but they start at £60, and you know they really do provide a stunning setting for a room, because everything normally at home is very static and passive, but these, with the internal workings just sort of whirring away silently, I should add, they just they look awesome.
I can imagine. Can we buy these clocks and art pieces and anything else online?
Yeah, you can. I do have a website, which is www.houseintown.co.uk. So the website was always something I've had as a bit of a backup, and really something I didn't really want to have, but demand meant that I have to. Now, in the current times, I'm putting a little bit more effort into the website and trying to put more items onto it. And any piece can be reserved on my website. So it's a case of you place an order, and then I contact you to arrange whether you'd like to collect it, whether you'd like it delivered, and then we arrange payment over the phone. Because my business is very much about a personal service, I don't like the idea of someone just paying for something online and getting it. That doesn't turn me on at all. So I like to interact with my customers, and whilst that may not suit everyone, it does go down well with the vast majority. Most people really go for what I do. I think people buy into what I do, frankly. They come into the shop in normal circumstances. We have a chat. I've got some cool music playing, and it's a very relaxed vibe. And people tend to like that. But just at the moment, we are doing the website. Also, the Instagram and the Facebook side of things are something which I'm really putting some time into. And I suppose the key thing is that everyone seems to be coining the phrase call and collect now rather than click and collect, and I think that's a good thing, because with what I do, I can't have it all on the website. So if people are walking past my shop, my mother's shop, my brother's shop, they see something they like, it's just a case of go online, go on social media, but just give us a call, and we'll sort it all out for you.
No, quite. Your doors will reopen, of course, come the end of this mini lockdown.
We certainly hope so.
Well, we do too. All our fingers are crossed. John, we wish you and your family the greatest luck this Christmas. We will come and see you, we promise, because I'm absolutely enchanted by your shop. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us, and a very Merry Christmas to you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much for having me on. It's really very much appreciated. And a massive, massive Merry Christmas to you and to all your listeners too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Take care. Speak to you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
See you.
A Merry Christmas from the Suffolk Pod Show.
Our next guest is a real Suffolk star, and heads up the Haverhill Golf Club. Ollie Rush talks to us about his love of golf and the fun of learning the game at any age. Ollie also talks to us about the exciting new swing studio. A golfer's paradise awaits us this Christmas.
And here he is. It's Ollie. Hello, Ollie. How are you?
Very good, thank you, Susanna. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Very well indeed. Really excited to talk to you because I love golf. I don't know much about it, but I love it. And I think you've loved it since you were a small boy.
Absolutely. My grandparents introduced me to golf when I was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
No one else in my family played, so it was a really good chance for me to have a relationship with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started, really.
Yeah, and where was that?
That was at Ufford Park Golf Club in Woodbridge.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my kind of spare time was spent there. Summer holidays, every day. I can remember one summer holidays, 6-week holiday, and there was one day that I wasn't at the golf club.
Really?
Every other day would have been kind of dawn till dusk.
Yeah.
Whilst my parents were at work, I'd be dropped at the golf club for the day, play a couple of rounds of golf and practice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of full time.
Yeah. And when did you realise that actually you're quite good at this?
It's kind of a progressive, really. I got to kind of 16, 17. I was working at Ufford Park as well, and realised that kind of most of my life revolved around golf. Obviously, a lovely environment to be around, and decided to try and make a career out of that.
Sure. And then when did you start getting involved with the PGA?
So started my training in 2007. That was at a golf club in Sudbury, Newton Green, with Tim Cooper, the pro there. Came over to Haverhill Golf Club in 2008 and have worked here ever since. Started my PGA qualification, as I say, in 2007, qualified in 2010.
Yep.
Working here at Haverhill as the assistant professional, became a full-time coach 2016, and then got a promotion when the current professional here retired June this year. So took on the head pros role as of June. Yeah,
congratulations. You are the head pro at the club.
That's it. Yeah. Absolutely. So so that involves the coaching, the retail, and any consultancy for the golf club on their kind of day-to-day running. So yeah, exciting step up.
What's it like teaching someone who has no idea how to play?
I find golf quite relaxing. I'm not necessarily the most relaxed person in everyday life, but there's something about coaching golf that doesn't get me too upset. Pretty patient, and we see everything. Everyone that turns up for their first golf lesson thinks they're going to be the worst we've ever seen, and most of the time people are pleasantly surprised, where they do a whole lot better than they thought they were going to. So yeah, it's really enjoyable just seeing that kind of growing confidence in most people really quickly.
Yeah, and for them too, they must get quickly motivated by it and want to play more. And as they do that, then the whole thing is cyclical, I suppose, and they just get better and better.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that we've developed a lot in the last few years, working with an Ipswich-based coach, Alistair Spink, and Love.golf, which is an initiative for women to participate more in golf than traditional. And one of his big strategies is to get people on the golf course as quickly as possible. So that people will turn up for their first golf lesson, think that they're going to be kind of hitting golf balls on a driving range for a long time. It might be a bit tedious, might be difficult, and are pretty surprised when they're on the golf course after 15, 20 minutes of ever picking up a golf club.
Wow.
When we play a sport, we play it to get out in the countryside, enjoy the game. And that's obviously something to introduce to people really early on.
Yeah.
And that's lovely for people to be able to get out and enjoy that.
Yeah.
Most of the time in the first session.
Yeah. And you sound like an extremely likable person to learn with, Ollie. I mean, obviously we've never met, but you sound very straight up and honest.
Yeah, honesty is something I like. Being straight up with someone, being quite relaxed, that kind of encouraging way. And that's what's so lovely about being on the golf course as well, because you get that kind of informal, let's have a walk, have a chat, hit a few golf balls as we go. And it's a lot less pressured environment maybe than, standing on a driving range with your arms folded, waiting for the perfect shot to appear.
Yeah, which can also be very frustrating, been there. So what sort of programs do you offer?
So we run everything. Being at a golf club, we run everything from brand new golfers. The three programs we offer, which is Get Into Golf, which is an England golf initiative to get participation numbers up. As I mentioned earlier, we work with Love.golf, Alistair Spink from Ipswich, and that is purely a academic, research-based program for women only, knowing that everyone wants something slightly different out of their sessions. It's all specifically targeted at women.
Lovely.
And then we run a program called Sharpshooters, which is a junior initiative. Works pretty similar to your martial arts, where you run through the different levels and you achieve different colour baseball caps depending on how far through the program you are. So yeah, something different for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Now, is there a shop at the golf club?
Yeah, we've got a shop as well. So that's going through some quite radical changes at the moment. During this lockdown, we're investing in a swing simulation studio. That's a place inside that we can hit golf balls into a nice big screen. So a 5 metre by 3 metre screen takes up the whole wall. And that's an image projected on there of a golf course or a driving range.
Yeah.
That's for coaching, for club fitting, and to hire out for simulation play as well. So you can have a round of golf with your friends, maybe a beverage or two.
I get it. Yes. Okay.
So the good old English weather during the winter doesn't necessarily stop us as much as it has in the past.
No. What a brilliant thing. It's like actually being inside a live golf computer game.
That's it. Exactly that. So yeah, this lockdown, although, not brilliant for business and obviously a scary time for everyone involved in the COVID situation, actually it gives us a bit of time. Not often a golf pro gets to come to work in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and do some building work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the versatility of the job is clearly quite wide ranged, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not the glamour of the PGA Tour, I'm afraid.
You said earlier, get into golf. I love that. Now it's Christmas. Will you be opening when the lockdown comes off, when the lockdown stops?
Absolutely. So obviously everything we do is based around the government guidelines.
Yep.
So, we're hoping 2nd, 3rd of December, we get the go ahead and that will get people back on the golf course. What state kind of coaching, one-to-one group sessions is going to be into by then, we'll continue to follow the guidance. And if not in December, have something pretty comprehensive ready for spring. The golf course is a lovely place to be, lovely place to social distance. So once we're allowed to, we can take full advantage of that. And as the weather warms up, we'll encourage more and more people out. Yeah,
fantastic. Now, if I wanted to buy somebody something for Christmas, can I buy them a voucher to learn to play golf? Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. So our vouchers from the store here, that can be spent on anything. So that can be on retail items from our shop. It can be on coaching. It can be on rounds of golf in our simulator. So that's just our generic Ollie Rush golf voucher. Can be purchased for any amount and used for any service.
Fantastic. I've got one last question, if I may. How old do you have to be to start playing golf?
We generally go from 4 to 5 years old.
Wow. Really, that little?
Once a young person's old enough to be able to care for themselves in terms of safety, so following instructions, standing in the right place, aiming in the right direction, then we incorporate them into our sessions. So for young people, it's all game-based, fun learning, and we don't kind of get into any serious training until they get a little bit older. It's just giving them the option to participate and have a bit of fun.
I love it. And how old is too old to play golf?
There's never too old.
That's what I thought.
You can always teach an old dog new tricks. It's a complete myth.
That's really good to know. Ollie, thanks. We're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for joining us.
Perfect. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. And a very Merry Christmas to you all over there.
Yeah, you too. Stay safe.
And you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas from the Suffolk Pod Show.
Up next, it's Jen, co-founder with her husband Kenny of SupDen, possibly one of the most original Christmas gift ideas this season. Jen invites us to get on board with her and Kenny and their amazing paddleboards and tempts us with exciting sea and river adventures for adults and children.
And hello to Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hiya, you're right.
I'm absolutely fine. How are you guys doing?
We're amazing. We're here.
Yeah.
We're happy to be on the show.
Well, that's good to hear. You have a beautiful Greek story. Can you tell us all about how you and your fiancé got together and started up your business?
Yeah, I'd love to. So after meeting my now fiance Kenny, we actually met in Corfu in Greece, and it was a bit of a random meet. I went to look into kayaks on the beach because I was kayaking in my local area in Norwich at the time, and I ended up. He actually introduced me to paddleboarding, which I've never come across before. So I took out a paddleboard, and from that moment on, I fell in love with supboarding. And
I thought you were going to say you fell in love with Kenny.
I think the two came as a package deal there. So that was fantastic. And then our adventure started. So I joined Kenny, and wow, an adventure started, and 4 years now of ocean supboarding there. Business just flourished. We just enjoy what we do, training people, teaching. The last 2 years we brought Sup Yoga to the water, a fantastic instructor. And it's just been really great and rewarding. Lots of people that maybe don't go on the water, never done paddleboarding, never heard of what a sup is. We've just managed to get loads of people onto water and just feel good, relax, just great for well-being. And some people got bad backs, want to sit down and kayak, so stand up is the way forward. And then we got a great opportunity last year where we ended up on the TV show Escape to Greece, and loved what we were doing. And I was actually expecting my first daughter, Iona, at the time, so a bit busy. 7 days a week and doing all of that. And yeah, we just sort of lived the dream really. And we've just decided, we've got obviously family in the local area of Suffolk. It's a beautiful county, and we've always wanted to have a shop. And so we thought, we'd bring a bit of our part of the beach to Suffolk, bring a bit of our beach out here, a bit of sunshine.
Yeah, lovely.
We wanted other people to get to experience the healthy lifestyle we've got, and just get on board and have some fun on the water, really.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask you a really basic question. What does SUP stand for?
So it means stand up paddle.
I thought it might, but I thought I'm not going to guess.
But we get that question a lot.
So these are the beautiful boards. They kind of look, to the real, I can't think of the word, to the novice. That's it. I'm looking at, it's a board that looks a bit like a surfboard, but you stand up with a paddle and paddle, and you can stand anywhere on this board, or is there a specific way of doing it?
Yeah, it's sort of, just get on wherever you feel comfortable. I mean, there's lots that you can, there's lots of different techniques, lots of different ways, like anything, if you want to take sport to the professional extreme. But this is literally for people that have never done it before. We've had people from 8 years old to 80, you just get on and it's relaxing, and our boards are really stable. They're a lot thicker, they're a lot bigger. So yeah, you can go on with someone. A lot of our boards you can fit 2 people on. So yeah, some people take their dogs with them. So
I've seen that.
If you want to sit down, you can.
I'm thinking it might be
anyone.
Yeah, I was thinking that for me that might be sit up and paddle. But anyway, you supply some of the biggest brands in the UK. Can you tell us about the boards a bit?
Yeah, so we've got a range, and we wanted to bring what experience we've got from the last 4 years with the ocean supboarding. We're only going to recommend the boards that we've used, that we love, that we know that all the people, 1,000 people that we've got on the water with have loved and given great feedback from. So we've kind of put it into 3 categories. We've sort of got a UK brand, 2 Bare Feet. A lot of people have heard of them. We love the aqua and the pink boards. They've got, if you want to know, like you said, where to stand, they've got pictures. Their design's amazing. They've got pictures of feet on them. That's why I called 2 Bare Feet. So that kind of helps you sort of have an idea where to stand. They're sort of a great all-around board. Anyone can, use them. We love the funky standout design. And then we've got like a big global brand, Aquamarina, and we actually absolutely love them. We've used them the most, as they do so many specialist boards. So we've got the a great one for kids, and we've used them for our yoga boards as well. Then we wanted to go and do our own sort of funky. We're quite funky, colours, bright, like we said, bring a bit of sunshine to Suffolk. So we've got some lovely, different, unique boards that are a lot more colourful, and there's sort of lots of different animals, sort of our little girls sort of, getting involved with what she likes. So, and they're suitable. That, like I say, they're a lot thicker, they're a lot bigger. You can do fishing on them if you do want to sit down, or you can do yoga on. You can do all sorts, but they're just literally for everybody, any activity.
Yeah. Now, quick question: how deep does the water have to be able to stand on a board?
Not deep at all. I mean, these are literally, you can go lakes, bays, obviously sea. We've always, when people first go out, we sort of say kneel down or sit paddle out. And then when you get your balance, then go to stand, because obviously not that we want you to, but if you were to fall in, we've got leashes and things anyway to attach you. It's safer if you're a little bit deeper, but we do life jackets. You've got all the safety there with that. But just deep enough so that if you was to fall in, it's just, you can paddle. You can paddle in the water.
Now,
that's it.
Tell us, I mean, you do these fantastic yoga sessions on the boards.
Yes.
What happened? I see there's a story here. Tell us.
There's always a story with us. Oh yeah, we've been doing that for 2 years, and we were really, everyone's loving yoga, and definitely a floating yoga mat makes it a little bit more challenging. But one day my fiance Kenny thought we'd take it one step further, and it's like a dock, looks a bit like an octopus. So you attach 8 boards, attached everybody, and swam back. It's only in the shallow bit anyway.
Yeah.
But then next minute I'm shouting at him and make him run down, because the poor yoga teacher, with all the 8 people doing the yoga, feeling all, lovely, relaxing, was floating away down the river because he hadn't attached the dock down properly. So, it was a good laugh, and made downward dog a lot more challenging, that's for sure.
Better, dude.
But we all have a challenge, so.
Yeah, quite. Talking about Christmas here, and you think that these boards are fabulous presents, and I think they must be. They're really original, great gift ideas. Tell us which boards we're to look at specifically.
Yeah, so like I said, we have got a range, and but there's 2 that really stand out for us that we'd love people to know about. So firstly, we've got the Supden Koi paddleboard. And it, blows more expensive boards off the water. We think it's a great all-around activity board, great overall performance and style. It's like for open water touring, yoga, fishing, just your basic recreational paddling. But it's a lovely bright orange, so great for safe, especially in the winter months. And it's fantastic, but you've got to sit to believe it. And then we'd also really want to announce the Supden main dealer Aquamarina, which do a great kids board. It's called the Vibrant. So it says exactly what it says on the tin. It's bright yellow, so great for kids because of safety, obviously coming first. Stands out. Obviously it's smaller, so it's great for kids and teenagers. So we just think it's amazing to have fun while staying safe, and a great Christmas gift for any child, especially those that are active and love the outdoors.
Yeah, no, it must encourage more kids to go out, and you can do it as a family.
That's it. We have got other big boards, that the family boards. We do the mega, just, loads. We've got such a range, so you can all go out together, or, you can take it in turns. It's just a great way of bonding and family time, or even on your own, or with, like I say, with the dog.
Can I ask how much the boards start from, particularly the children's one? What sort of money?
So the child board is $299, and so that's amazing price. I think Aquamarina, for a global brand, I have to say, are really up there for value, considering how big they are. And all our prices just completely range from $389 up, but we've got a lot of great offers coming up. Obviously it's Christmas, and we've got our, hopefully, if we can go ahead, our big Christmas market coming up in December, if we can get out of lockdown on the 5th and 6th. So look out for some amazing deals.
No, we will.
There.
And you are based at Stonham Barnes Park.
That's right, yes. Yeah, you can come along any time. Obviously, if we're out of lockdown, we can do collection. We will be doing free delivery. We're obviously online, website www.supden.co.uk. We're on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So Stone and Barnes Park, obviously want you to shop local, small business and everything. Would love to come and see us there if you're in the area, and if you want to come to the market when it's open on the 5th and 6th. Hopefully we open from the 2nd. But send us a message, say hello, get in touch. Any inquiries, email inquiries at Sutton UK, and so anything you want to know, prices, offers, it will all be on there.
And even if you want to book lessons or some training or whatever it is, you're there. Thank you, Jen. That's amazing. I think that's a really original Christmas gift. I'm really excited to actually at some point come and have a look at them and maybe watch others on a lake or sea.
Yeah. We will get you on. We will get you on.
Okay, all right. I promise I might try. Listen, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. But I want to say thank you to you, especially Suffolk Pod Show, for having us, and obviously Stone and Barnes for the opportunity. But everyone, most importantly, happy Christmas to everyone and New Year. And we hope many more people enjoy SUP boarding, not just for Christmas, but all year through. So get on board with SUP then. Thank you.
Well done. That's awesome. Take care, you guys. Bye.
All right then. Bye.
Next up, it's Neil Horseman, co-founder of East Coast Hampers. Settle in and listen to the delights of their luxury Christmas Eve hamper, as well as talking about how Neil works with Suffolk food and drink providers.
And here he is, Neil. A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's such a pleasure to have you. Hampers are something that I get really excited about, particularly at Christmas time, because we all need a bit of pampering and a bit of luxury, and this is the perfect way to do it. Before we start talking about your hampers themselves, your story is you moved to Suffolk, a few years ago?
Holly and I met when we were living in London, and, we lived in London for quite a few years. And then when we kind of had enough of living there, we moved to Colchester. And then, around 4 years ago, we were moving out of Colchester. We wanted to move to the countryside. And my wife, Holly, had grown up in Suffolk, so she knew it well. And it kind of felt like the natural place for us to move with. Ticked all the boxes. We wanted somewhere where we could settle with our two. We had one at the time, and now two young girls. And it was the perfect place for us. And we've been here 4 years now. And we feel really settled.
And you didn't initially start up the East Coast Hampers. How did that all start?
An idea that Holly and I had for quite a long time. It's something we'd thought about, but there was always something that was kind of getting in the way. And it was one of those things where we kind of thought, we'll do it next year. We'll do it next year. And life and things get in the way, especially with, a young family. And then I guess this year with lockdown and the ups and downs of the year, it kind of lent itself really. And to a point almost forced our hand to, let's go for it. Let's see what we can do and let's, see where we can take it.
I mean, lockdown was tough and some people, were furloughed and what have you. And I think a lot of people, including yourselves, have been incredibly innovative with the time.
Obviously, it's been a hard year for everybody, but I think there's a lot of positives to take out of it. And I think it's given people a lot of opportunities, which, especially for us, we may not have taken, and we may not, we may just have sat back and ignored. So it's, it's to some extent, it's kind of forced us to give something that we were really passionate about a go and, and see what would happen with it.
And before you stepped into the hamper world, what did you do?
My background is in video production and photography. So I've spent my whole life filming, everything from, documentaries to corporate pieces. So that, it was very different to, what we're doing today. And my wife, Holly, she's always worked in nursing. So, it's a real new venture, something that we've not got a lot of experience with, but, it's something we've got a real passion for.
Yeah. And of course, you're working together.
Yes. So that brings its own joys and challenges, as I'm sure a lot of people would agree with.
So where do you start? I understand you have some brilliant products. So you must start off with building relationships with producers around Suffolk.
Yeah, we've been, our sort of ethos from day one has been to really promote the fantastic producers we have here in Suffolk, from the finest chocolatiers to, small artisan companies making, award-winning chutneys and things. So that was, we were so keen that there's so much good quality products here that we wanted to be a Suffolk company and, promote the producers of Suffolk. I don't know if you've ever been to the Aldra Food and Drink Festival that they have every year at Snape Maltings, but you've only got to walk around there for a morning and you can just see the quality and, the range of producers we have here. So from day one, we were keen that everything we sold would be produced in Suffolk by Suffolk producers. So yeah, like you said, initially we spoke with producers. A lot of them are sort of members of our community and people we see, and we spoke to them about their products, and and then we just started to build a range from that. Looking at what products were available and how they would work within the hampers.
Now, what is in those hampers? That's what I really want to know.
Like I was sort of saying, we're so lucky to have such lovely products. We've got a huge range of different hampers. We've got some lovely just chocolate hampers for if you're a real chocolate lover. We've got some Suffolk spice, if you like a little bit of spice in your life.
Definitely.
We've got a lovely hamper with Adnams products in. This week we're about to launch our Christmas hampers, which we've just been doing the photography for the last couple of days to get those up, with some really lovely products. We're hoping that once the full range is up by the end of next week, that actually there'll be something in there for everybody, and it'll suit everybody's budget, and there'll be really unique hampers which we don't think are available anywhere else.
Yeah, no, and that's important, and I think people want originality when they're giving someone a gift as a hamper, because something a little bit different and all locally sourced.
There's a place for the big brands and the national brands, and they do what they do, and there's a place for them, but we were so keen to work with sort of local small and artisan producers, because I think especially nowadays, people are really keen to know where their products come from. They love the romance that it's made in these small kitchens and these small units sort of scattered around the county, in the middle of nowhere. You wouldn't, driving past, you wouldn't know it's there. And I think that's a real selling point for us, and something that a lot of our customers love, that they know where the products have come from. And there's a real romance, I think, to that. Yeah,
no, it is. I mean, the provenance is all important, and you can see it. I mean, it's echoed through all the national, international TV shows, and when all the local food and where it's sourced. It is a responsibility for us all as well, and majorly important to support our local businesses, so that you're doing everything in one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this year alone has really shown how much local businesses have supported us. When major supermarkets and things were struggling with demand, the small producers stepped up, and I think it's important that we return that and we carry on that support that they gave to us back to them, and and help promote them, because there's such fantastic producers here in Suffolk. Why would you go anywhere else for your products? And we think it's such a lovely thing to do. It's such a lovely thing to be able to give someone, either someone who lives in a different part of country, and share some of Suffolk with them, or if you live here, to receive a local hamper from someone. I think it's a lovely thing to get.
Definitely. Now, I'm reading here, because we had a bit of a chat earlier, that you're doing a Christmas Eve hamper.
Yes, so we're really excited about this one, and this one will be going up on the website next week, and it's a really lovely hamper. It's family orientated. So the idea is that it's something for the family to open up on Christmas Eve and really enjoy it and have some special time together. And again, it's because obviously we don't know what's going to be happening with Christmas this year, with restrictions on gatherings and things. So the idea being that, if grandparents, uncles, aunties can't spend this Christmas with families and loved ones, that they can, send these really lovely Christmas Eve hampers and, still sort of share that time with them.
Well, I think that's gorgeous, and what a lovely thing to do. You also do different sorts of hampers. I know we're specifically talking about Christmas, but you do well-being hampers, and also you've created a couple of small key worker hampers. What are they?
Yeah, so again, we felt that key workers have been have kept the country running this year, and a lot of people want to say thank you. So we've come up with some smaller hampers, which are aimed at key workers. So they they contain sort of food and drink items, but also sort of well-being items as well. The little way to say thank you to people for what they've done, and for stepping up when we needed them, and just to show how much they're appreciated, really.
Yeah, and yet again we're in their hands with this present lockdown. So I think that's a lovely touch, a brilliant idea. Neil, let's have your website address.
Yes, so our website is www.eastcoasthampers.co.uk.
Super. And you do a full range. So, what sort of price do your hampers start from?
We have some smaller hampers which have sort of chutneys, jams and preserves in. They start from around £13, £14. And then the prices go right up to our sort of luxury hampers, which are around the £50, £60 mark. Some are just food and drink. Others have a mixture of sort of food and drink and well-being. We've got a gardener's retreat hamper, a bee's knees hamper, and some, like I sort of said, some other smaller pamper hampers going up as well this week.
Fantastic. Right, everybody, go and get a hamper for somebody. Support local businesses all round, full circle, 360.
Exactly.
Okay, Neil, thanks so much for being with us. We've really enjoyed talking to you.
No, it's been a pleasure, and I really thank you for having me on and having a chat.
It's our pleasure. A very Merry Christmas to you guys.
And to you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Now it's time for Terry Edwards and her beautiful shop on Angel Hill, the Flower Hut Florist. Terry is busy making stunning Christmas wreaths and table centerpieces for us all. You should see them, they are absolutely gorgeous.
Hello, Terry. How are you?
I'm good, Susanna. How are you?
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you very much. And thanks for coming on. Right, let's talk about the Flower Hut Florist.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, whereabouts are you?
So we're based in Bury St Edmunds, and we're quite central. We're on Angel Hill. So, yeah, we're in a really nice location.
Yep, lovely. And how long have you been running your florist shop?
So I kind of started like the concept of the Flower Hut about 8 years ago. I started off in a small shop kind of north of Bury originally, and then we relocated here nearly 4 years ago.
And what a spot, as you say. And when that came up, I bet you said, Angel Hill would be perfect.
Yeah, so it was just great timing, really. It'd been kind of for let for a while, and it's quite a quirky little building. It's got some really fun history. So and it's a council owned building, and we were just very, very lucky that they kind of liked what we were, really, and very, very, very lucky to get it.
And I mean, you started just with yourself. How many are you now in your business?
So there's 4 of us now, along with kind of the family team, because I've got great support from them. So 4 of us, and we're really not very big, but we all work really hard, and it's really good fun, actually. We kind of say it's our sanctuary coming to work, because we do love it, and it's a really nice place to work.
Yeah, how nice, how lovely. Now, I know you do wedding flowers, and we'll talk about that another time, but I really want to know about these beautiful seasonal flower bouquets that you do.
I think, the idea when I opened, I'd worked for quite traditional florists before, before I opened the shop. So we're very lucky now with flowers. We have great seasonal availability, and there's such a fantastic selection. And so I really kind of wanted to build on that very natural style of floristry. So we do keep our flowers very, very seasonal. We have quite a rustic, natural look to our floristry, and we're really lucky. People in Bury seem to really like it. Yeah. So it's great.
I can tell that your website is other sort of colours that I would love too. So I'm imagining the bouquets, which you have some on there on your website. Yeah, they are beautiful, very tasteful.
Yeah, thank you. We're kind of our website's great because it's something we can kind of adapt, and I'm really fortunate. So when there's something that we've made, we can upload it and put it on there so people can see. We try and keep it very seasonal. I mean that in itself is quite hard work to keep on top of kind of the website side, but it's great because we can really. We can adapt that as we like, and I've just really spent time showing that's all our own work. So everything on our website is ours. It's all stuff we've created, and I hope people just get a real feel of what we're about. I think as a florist, I think
I'm sure they do. You do beautiful wreaths for front doors.
Yeah, it's one of our things. If people who know us really well, we kind of always have a wreath on our door anyway. We kind of have a seasonal wreath, but our Christmas wreaths, we do enjoy making those. It's a lot of fun.
And what about other things for Christmas? I'm sure I saw some beautiful table centerpieces.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in the middle of updating those now. We kind of change those up every year, but we do. Yeah, all kinds of things, really. People want, I think this year, I think we're kind of expecting we're allowed to come, and we're open at the moment for kind of, we're still able to deliver, but hopefully, if we're allowed to come out of lockdown, I think Christmas is going to be, a lot of people are going to be really focusing on home this Christmas. So less people going away. So we do lots of, table decorations, we do garlands, and, all kinds of things really, just to add that little bit of festivity to your home, and all handmade by us. Everything we send out is all made here. So
I can feel your passion.
I love it. I'm so lucky. I mean, it's about the people you work with, and like I say, I've got great family support. But yeah, we're just, like I say, I hope the shop reflects our personalities and the style of floristry we are. But yeah, it's just a great job to do. It's hard work. Don't get me wrong. It's hard work, especially when it's as cold as it is at the moment. It's not a warm place to work, but yeah, it's great. We love it.
Yeah. Now, in addition to the wreaths and the decorative table pieces and stuff, I'm seeing that you've got little candles and some really cute tree decorations.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people necessarily think florist and the other things that go along with Christmas, but we always have kind of a really lovely festive display. Our candles, obviously, we use a lot of those in our arrangements through Christmas anyway, so people can add candles and things. But we're really kind of proud to support other independent businesses. So we have a lot of kind of one-man band businesses that we support and we stock in store. So it's really, really great, actually. We have like a really nice collection of the candles are made by a local company, and our cards, and it's just really nice to support other businesses that kind of have the same kind of style as us, really.
I think that's wonderful. That's what we're all about, really. Now, Christmas trees you don't do, but potted trees you might.
Oh, we do actually do Christmas trees. We don't really have the space to stock a lot because we're quite small, but we have a really lovely grower in Norfolk, and they're again another business that are just super supportive of us and have said, obviously we can't order in large quantities, but yeah, really happy to supply us. So. We're kind of starting to promote those at the moment, and can deliver too. So really lovely Nordman Christmas trees. And if you wanted to order one, you can online, and then also we can deliver those around Bury. So
love it, because we haven't come across many people who will actually deliver trees. That's amazing. Okay, because we're all wanting to start Christmas a bit early this year.
Well, I have to say, I did update with my family on WhatsApp because I have a kind of an extended family who we can't see at the moment, and my daughter and I did put one of our trees up at home.
I think that's wonderful.
It's not our real one, but we were kind of needing a bit of a lift at the weekend, so we put our tree up.
You are not alone, Terry.
I don't think so. We need the love, don't we, at the moment?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Right. Tell us your website.
Okay, so if you want to look us up, we're the Flower Hut Florist. So that's www.theflowerhutflorist.co.uk. You can order on there 24 hours a day. And also we do a click and collect service at the moment. But obviously, hopefully, if we are allowed out of lockdown, you can also come and have a browse. And we always have a fabulous selection of fresh flowers every day. And you can come in and, pick what you like. It's a bit like a sweetie shop, really. But yeah, and smells very good too. So.
Well, thank you. It sounds wonderful, your shop, and we will definitely drop in when we're allowed to get out and about again.
Yeah, that's great.
Merry Christmas to you guys. We wish you all the luck for the season.
Yeah, thank you. Merry Christmas to you, and thank you so much for inviting us on. It's really kind of you.
No, we've loved having you. Take care and speak to you soon. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Christmas Suffolk Pod Show. We hope you enjoyed listening, and don't forget to look out for more Christmas editions.
If you'd like to be involved in any of our shows, or you're interested in setting up your own podcast series, please just get in touch. We offer a wide range of podcast services. Just visit podtalk.co.uk. Thanks for listening to the Suffolk Pod Show. Find us on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram, or you can visit our website, podtalk.co.uk. And here's our disclaimer.
The Suffolk Pod Show will not be held responsible for any omissions or errors in its podcast.
The Suffolk Pod Show is produced purely for entertainment purposes. Views and opinions are that of our own or that of our guests.